Once upon a time in the magical land of Neverland, Peter Pan and his mischievous friend Tinker Bell were soaring through the skies, racing with the wind. The island was their playground, filled with enchanted forests, sparkling waterfalls, and hidden lagoons where mermaids sang songs of old. One day, as they flew over the dense jungle, Tinker Bell noticed something unusual, a faint glow coming from a deep, shadowy part of the forest they had never explored. Curious and adventurous as always, she tugged at Peter's sleeve, pointing excitedly toward the light. Peter grinned. "Looks like an adventure awaits us, Tink," he said, and without a second thought, they dove down into the thick foliage below. As they landed, they found themselves in a part of the forest unlike any they had seen before. The trees were taller, their trunks wider, and the air hummed with an ancient magic. At the center of the clearing, they discovered a mysterious crystal, glowing softly with a pale, ethereal light. It was surrounded by strange markings on the ground, runes that neither of them recognized. Tinker Bell fluttered close to the crystal, her tiny wings sparkling as she examined it. She could feel its magic, a magic that was older and more powerful than anything in Neverland. But there was something else, a faint sadness, a loneliness, as if the crystal had been waiting for someone to find it. Peter Pan, always the brave leader, reached out to touch the crystal. But the moment his fingers brushed against it, a powerful force swept through the clearing, and the world around them seemed to twist and blur. When the magic subsided, Peter and Tinker Bell found themselves standing in a place that wasn't Neverland. They were in a land of endless twilight, where the sun hung low on the horizon but never fully set. The sky was painted in shades of gold and purple, and in the distance, a grand castle rose from the cliffs, surrounded by shimmering lakes and strange, floating islands. Before they could gather their bearings, a figure appeared, a tall woman with flowing silver hair and eyes that glowed like the crystal they had found. She introduced herself as Seraphina, the guardian of the Twilight Realm. "You have awakened the crystal of forgotten dreams," Seraphina said, her voice echoing softly. "It holds the memories of those who have lost their way in Neverland, those who once dreamed of adventure but were forgotten by time." Peter, always eager to help, asked how they could set things right. Seraphina explained that they needed to gather the lost dreams and return them to the crystal, restoring the balance between Neverland and the Twilight Realm. And so, Peter and Tinker Bell embarked on a new quest, traveling through the strange and beautiful land of Twilight. They encountered forgotten pirates, long-lost children who had once flown with Peter, and even ancient creatures that had once roamed Neverland but had faded into legend. With each dream they gathered, the crystal grew brighter, and Tinker Bell's magic became stronger. Along the way, Peter began to understand something he had never considered before, how easily even the most wonderful adventures could be forgotten if no one was there to remember them. At last, after many trials and battles, they returned to the crystal. With Seraphina's guidance, Peter placed the last dream inside, and the crystal shone with a brilliant light. The balance was restored, and with it, the memories of those who had once been lost to Neverland. As a final gift, Seraphina granted Peter and Tinker Bell a special charm, an enchanted feather that would allow them to return to the Twilight Realm whenever they wished. "So that you may never forget the magic of dreams," she said with a gentle smile. With a wave of her hand, Seraphina sent them back to Neverland, where the skies were bright, and the adventures never ended. Peter and Tinker Bell looked at each other, grinning, knowing that no matter where their adventures took them, they would always remember the magic of forgotten dreams. And so, they soared off into the sky, ready for their next great adventure, with the crystal's light twinkling like a distant star, a reminder of the dreams that would never be lost again.